Not good. Believe me, not good. And he's like this, and we were, I need water, help me, I need water, help. And this is on live television. As far as my relationships with all people, I think I have great relationships with all people. I am the least racist person in this room. Only the really, I hate to say this, but those with the lowest IQ.
Bottom line, the American dream, the great American dream versus being a socialist hellhole. Bottom line, the American dream, the great American dream versus being a socialist hellhole.
So stupid, so stupid. Thank you, thank you. Antifa exists. You're dying, that's true. And it is what it is. Dumb people, liberal people. 8 months after his alleged meeting with the Burmese executives. So this Burmese, they say, pronounce it Burmese. A real beautiful company. No good. No good. Isn't it wonderful to allow protesting? No. Isn't it wonderful to allow protesting? No, 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 protesting. No. Isn't it wonderful to allow protesting? No, 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 no. Only the really, I hate to say this, but those with the lowest IQ.
Hello users, and welcome to another episodic installation of Above It All, featuring Gubble music. So I'm going to turn that off now. But yes, welcome everyone to Above It All. Yeah, Trump's no longer talking in public. That's a great point, Dev J. I haven't seen Trump actually speak outside of tweets in a long time, and you just love to see it, so... But yeah, hello Itor, hello Oxum Bessiles, hello Dev J, hello Alex Leon, hello Baku, hello /111111. Hello Baku again. Also, just kidding. I'm going to retract both of those hellos. I want no greeting for Baku in the chat. At this point, he's just milking the attention of losing. Probably. But yes, so this is Above It All, episode 1016. For the morning, this is 10:06 a.m., the morning of 11/10/20. That is November 10th, 2020. I would like to say this. Do you remember, like, a few days ago when I was streaming and someone said that there's going to be a terror attack on the Golden Gate Bridge, like, yesterday? Did that ever end up happening? What was that? That was like Wisdom in the chat, like WYSDOM, I think. So if you're listening, Wisdom, hit me up. Come back in the stream. It was like 2 days ago. You were like 11-9. Something's gonna go down, and then nothing went down. So I definitely want to not gloat in your face about you being wrong about yet another thing. But enough of me picking on obscure chatters. I've got a decent lineup of cringe for today. A decent lineup of cringe. And I feel like today's episode, I really do feel like this is an episode that I should be high for. So I'm just going to go ahead and like smoke some weed real quick. Get into the zone while I introduce myself and while the chat room introduces themselves to me. So... How many likes do I have? 13 viewers. Guess how many likes? You can guess how many likes. 13 viewers, what am I going to have? 10 likes? No. 9 likes? No. 2. I have 2 likes on this stream. Personally, I find that unbelievable. Still only 2. I have now made it an issue for the chat room. Don't smoke weed on camera. I have no idea what you're talking about. These are totally legal cannabinol, less than 0.3% THC combustibles. Entirely legal. You can buy them online, I promise. I utilize CBD for my anxiety. I am a very anxious person. I'm an anxious person, and so I use CBD, totally legal, 0.2999% THC. Don't worry about me. I've been smoking a lot of combustibles lately, I must say. Hello, Witch Shunt. Hello, Daryl Blake. Hello, Bodan. Svaridyuk. I'm sorry. I usually try to stay away from that, but I gave that a pronunciation attempt. So, but yeah, so... Baku, tell me, what is it like in Wisconsin? Baku, of course, if you don't know, Baku in the chat is our Wisconsin correspondent. She is an official affiliate of the Above It All network of affiliates. She's our correspondent. So, Baku, what's going on in the great state of Wisconsin? You know what happened in that great state, right? You know what happened in the great state of Wisconsin, right? Alright. So, what happened in the great state of Wisconsin, don't mind the smoke, this is just for atmosphere, is apparently, now Donald Trump has been tweeting, he has made a few very interesting remarks since losing the presidential election. And so he's been tweeting all about how he won states that he didn't win. And this is just really funny. So at Fox News, at Quinnipiac Poll, this is 14 hours ago as of this live stream. ABC, WAPO, NBC, WSJ were so inaccurate with their polls on me that it really is tampering with an election. They were so far off in their polling and in their attempt to suppress space that they should be called out for election interference. ABC WAPO had me down 17 points in Wisconsin the day before the election, and I won! Now, I don't mean to be rude here, but I'm just going to bring up the New York Times presidential results. Now, again, I could be wrong, but the presidential results... Wait a second, where is that? Wisconsin. That's Montana. Wait a minute, where's Wisconsin? There it is. Oh, okay. Joe Biden is the winner. Okay, so that's interesting. That's interesting. Apparently, Donald Trump won Wisconsin, so breaking news. And I won! In Iowa, the polls had us 4 points down, and I won by 8.2%. Fox News and Quinnipiac were wrong on everything. Now, I do want to say, and I want to couple this as well, because Trump goes off on a tangent. First of all, this is weird. Let's talk about Brian Kemp. Brian Kemp tweeted out, Georgia's election result will include legally cast ballots and only legally cast ballots, period. This is the governor of Georgia? And then they just like, okay, it's one thing to say that, but they attached like a selfie to the post. Just like, what? Why did they attach a selfie? It's weird. But Trump quote tweets this. "This is good news. It means I won. CC." I love CC. CC is so fucking good there. Rep Doug Collins, Secretary Sonny. I love CC. Oh my god. But again, this guy legit thinks he won. Like, this guy is going through like a really hard time right now. And he thinks that he won the election, and it's scary. It's scary, but at the same time, it's Donald Trump. It's Donald fucking Trump. I don't know. Again, this is what I'm saying. This is something that I've been saying, is that Donald Trump bungled the election night response. If he would have done something, actually, like if he would have claimed victory at like 8 p.m. before people went to bed, you know, because he claimed victory at 2:30 a.m. when everyone's already asleep. If he would have gotten prime time, he did a victory speech at 8 p.m. on election day, things would be a lot different. If during his victory speech he didn't contradict himself 15 times and look like he had just like, you know, been woken up from a nap or something, if that were the case, things may have gone differently. But the media saw the writing on the wall. They saw how inept and clumsy Donald Trump was, and they decided, you know what? Trump isn't going to pull this off. And then they went with democracy. Now, again, democracy, asterisk. I know, okay? I know. All right, I know. But my point is, the big swing vote in this kind of coup attempt was the media, and I'm glad the media isn't having it. So, but that's what I think about that. That is Donald Trump on Twitter claiming he won Wisconsin. You love to see it, folks. You love to see it. Note how he didn't say Michigan. Michigan was a blowout, but he didn't say Michigan. He said Wisconsin, right? For those of you wondering, I am drinking a soy-based coffee. This is soy milk and vanilla coffee. So we got some soy-based coffee going through my veins right now, pumping into my bloodstream. Love it, love it, love it. Okay. I love to see D. Trump melting down. I love D. Trump. Thank you, Bodan. I love to see D. Trump. My man D. Trump. Jesus. I'll show you fucking soy. Please don't, Baku. Yo Soy Danny says, Yo Soy Danny. Well said, well said. He promised to sue the results in the Supreme Court. He did. And that's still ongoing, but I don't think that that's going to get anywhere. I don't think that there's... I don't know. I'd be surprised, but... I don't know. I don't know. Jesus, though. This is just so fun to watch. Like, this whole scenario is just so fun to watch. Alright, let's do... Speaking of Fox News, let's do this one next. There's actually... I think I've got 2 Fox News clips here. Yeah, I do. Yo, I love Fox News. So Fox News, Donald Trump currently is tweeting about how he won the election. And Fox News is definitely not playing along. So I've got 2 clips from Fox News here. Of Fox News cutting off the president's press secretary's remarks on the election, and then what the anchors think in another Fox News clip. Now, of course, whenever I do these videos, I make sure that I have got Twitter open. Look, I've got 14 notifications and 3 DMs. I'm popular. You know, people look at that and go like, oh man, this person whose video I'm watching, they're super important. People are really trying to get their attention, so I gotta listen. So listen up, y'all. This is what Fox News has to say about the President of the United States.
Illegal vote.
Whoa. I just think we have to be very clear. She's charging, the other side is welcoming fraud and welcoming illegal voting. Unless she has more details to back that up, I can't in good countenance continue showing you this. I want to make sure that they do have something to back that up. But that's an explosive charge to make, that the other side is effectively rigging and cheating. If she does bring proof of that, of course, we'll take you back. So far, she has started saying right at the outset, welcoming fraud, welcoming illegal voting. Not so fast. A little more after this.
This is Fox News I just want to say this is Fox News.
Whoa. I just
Like, this is Fox News. This isn't CNN. This isn't liberal MSDNC, right? This isn't like, this is Fox News just like making fun of the president's press secretary. Now, this clip, I thought that this clip was much better. It's a lot more fun. So let's watch.
Over whoever is decided.
For those wondering, there's someone speaking in on the phone or whatever. It might be this person at the bottom left. Whatever. They've got like some guest pundit on or something, right? Like it's like a guest slot. I don't know. And I think this is the main host. And again, they have a very short and sweet exchange. Some would even say it's not an exchange, but it's very funny.
Over whoever is decided to be the president. Remember, just because CNN says, or even Fox News says that somebody's president doesn't make them president. So I think everybody wants to know that this was done properly and legally.
What is happening? Like, Trace, we've called it.
And I think we have to look into every one of these concerns.
Yeah, and I think...
I just love that.
And I think Cleta makes a very good point there, Steve. You know, look,
I just like, let me like the what? That's like, oh, I feel that so hard. Now, obviously, this is a Fox News person, right? This is a Fox News person. They're not good. I just want that to be understood, okay? We need to be able to separate art from the artist in these situations. And we need to appreciate that this is art. This facial expression, this is art, okay? We need to learn to separate art from the artist. Let's watch.
Fox News says that somebody's president doesn't make them president. So I think everybody wants to know that this was done properly and legally.
What is happening? Like, Trace, we've called it.
What is happening? I love what is happening. What? What is happening? I love it, though. I just love it. Again, Fox News, they're not buying what Trump is selling. And this is, again, what I was saying earlier, is I think Fox News, or not even Fox News, but the media as a whole, they were the big swing vote in this election in whether or not Donald Trump could position himself to coup, right? Or to perform a coup. So this is the thing. Again, if Donald Trump, instead of going wobbling on stage like he woke up from a nap at 2:30 in the morning when everyone's asleep, right? If he came out at like 7 p.m. or 8 p.m. as polls closed on election night and declared victory, then I do think the media might have gone along with it, but the media saw how weak he was. They saw how ill-positioned he was, and they were like, you know what? This is a farce. He's lost. There's nothing, right? He got blown out in the state of Pennsylvania. It's over. It's done. Donald Trump's era is gone, right? Unless he runs again in 2024 and somehow wins. But I don't want to think about that right now. Remind me in 5 years. Put me in the cringe comp 5 years from now, and I'll be okay with it. But again, even Fox News isn't playing along. Like, it's not just CNN and MSNBC. It's Fox News. Fox News saw the results. They saw the writing on the wall, and they were like, you know what? We have to make a choice. Trump or not Trump? And Fox News chose not Trump. And as a result,
wants to know that this was done properly and legally.
What is happening?
What is happening when Fox News goes after Donald Trump? What is happening? I agree, whoever you are. But again, we have to separate art from the artist. And I say that with Donald Trump too. Like Kofefe, that's some good stuff. We got to separate art from the artist. It's important. It's very valuable. Is Dusty in the chat? I don't see Dusty. Hello, Nimbus. I stream every day at 10 a.m. Every single day. Come on, man. Hello, Unknown Story. Ooh. I'm sorry, that's what soy does to me. It makes me, my body is trying to reject the soy. My body is like, we've got enough estrogen in here. It's trying to reject the soy. So whenever I consume the soy-based coffee, it just tries to come back up. Because again, the soy doesn't want to be there. My body doesn't want it to be there. And someone's made the decision. Yeah, it's weird. It is weird. DevJ, most dullards have disappeared. That's very true. We had a dullard epidemic, a dullard pandemic in my streams and in my comment section. And it's, remember when the dullard MAGA people were like, it's all gonna go away on November 4th. Well, a pandemic did go away. It was the pandemic of dullards shitposting in my comment sections. That did go away. So they were right. They were right. But goddamn, like I've got a few people that are posting a few comments like, Trump won, they stole it, but it's not like, I used to get like 30 comments a day from right-wingers on various videos all telling me to kill myself and that Trump's gonna win and that like they're gonna kill us and the war is gonna end. It's like a bunch of bizarre shit, right? Now, it's just like 1 or 2 people every single day. It's sad. Low energy, sad, right? It's sad.
So stupid. So stupid.
So stupid. Hello, Adam. Greenwit Bergstein. Trump's still gonna win. And Migatards will float harder than ever. What? Is that an It reference? Are you referencing It? The story from Stephen King? They're gonna float? We all float down here in the loser circle. We all float down here in the loser circle. So let's see. Yeah, let's talk about this. Speaking of MAGA tears. Alright, so Ben Shapiro, who was noticeably absent over most of the last week, has come out of hiding. And this is what they've got to say. I'm sure the Democrats are looking forward to healing and reconciliation with the millions of Americans they think are racist, sexist, homophobic, bigots. Or alternatively, they're lying and using unity to mean shut the hell up. So this is Ben Shapiro basically saying, okay, Joe Biden, you won. So now, what about me? What about what we want? John Kasich was doing this on CNN the other day. What about the other half of the country? First of all, Joe Biden ain't even president yet, okay, motherfucker? Also, what about us? The, I don't know, 80% of the population that did not vote for Donald Trump? Let alone 50% of what? 80% of the population did not vote for Donald Trump in 2016. So what about us? When Donald Trump won, he had a mandate. He could do whatever he wanted. Anything. The sky was the limit. But now that Joe Biden has won with the most votes of any presidential candidate in history, there's no mandate there? The popular vote gap will be around 5% when all the votes are counted? But, oh, no mandate there. What about us? Ben Shapiro. Well, I would like to see what Ben Shapiro is doing. This is a really good tweet from Matt Binder. This you? With his leftist tears mug. Remember all that? Triggered liberals? Remember all the liberals were crying? Oh, look at the liberals. They're crying. We're going to do cringe comps. Oh, the liberals. They're screaming into the sky. Triggered SJWs. Now, all of a sudden, oh, wait. You gotta be nice to us. Your guy just won, but you're being so rude. It's ridiculous. And I just wanted to make fun of Ben Shapiro here, because Ben Shapiro's very, very, very good entertainment. Absolutely profound entertainment. And it's just great. Again, it's just great. I like watching these conservatives pull the 180 in real time. It's just like, you read about this stuff in history, like you read about how, like, you know, Republicans and Democrats, like, party switched and, like, what led to that and, like, people flipping on all these various issues and all that kind of stuff, right? You read about it in history, and then it's like, how did that happen? And then it's, like, just really fun to watch it happen in real time. Because, again, 2016 was my first presidential election. I'm only 24, so I'm not, you know, I didn't pay attention to politics that much before that, right? So this is, like, it's extremely fun to watch every single one of these guys. They have to make a choice. Do I go down with the ship? That ship is Donald Trump? Or do I try to get back into polite society? And Ben Shapiro's going to try, but he's not going to succeed as far as I'm concerned. Needless to say, though, it's probably like 3 years from now, Ben Shapiro is going to be on CNN as an analyst. Like that's the trajectory we're going, right? Ben Shapiro's just going to hop on MSNBC and CNN as an analyst part-time. But if I can have any influence in this matter, that will not happen. But it also might happen, so we'll see. Hello, DCK Punk. Shout out to Joe Manchin, the best Republican with a blue tie criticizing AOC. I actually have a Joe Manchin clip here. I was going to do that next. So thank you for the $5. I appreciate that. I've actually got Joe Manchin here 15 hours ago. Was going off on there saying he's not going to let anything happen, even if the Georgia runoffs make a 50-50 tie with Kamala Harris as a tiebreaker. Joe Manchin will join the Republican caucus every single time. And if it wouldn't be Joe Manchin, it would be Chris Coons, right? If it wouldn't be Chris Coons, it would be Kyrsten Sinema, right? So, let me just pop this up here. So, here we go. So, this is Joe Manchin tweeting from his Senator account. Let me be clear. I will not vote to pack the courts, and I will not vote to end the filibuster. The U.S. Senate is the most deliberative body in the world. Deliberative? What? Deliberative? What does that even mean? Deliberative? What? It was made so that we work together in a bipartisan way? What? The Senate, when the Senate was made, there weren't even parties. What? Anyway, let's watch.
A lot of focus now on those Georgia runoffs and potentially, if it all adds up.
Now, I just want to note real quick, this is on Fox News. Throwing that out there.
Tillis wins in North Carolina, Dan Sullivan in Alaska. It looks like those two races could be the control of the U.S. Senate, with a tie then going to Vice President Harris. What do you tell people about that and concern about that, considering all we've heard about the progressive agenda?
Well, there's a lot of people that are concerned. There's a lot of fear tactics are being used right now, Brett. If both of the Georgia senators were elected from the Democratic Party, then that would be 50-50 if both Dan Sullivan and Tom Tillis win. 50-50 means there's a tie. But if one senator does not vote on a Democratic side, there is no tie and there is no bill. So I commit to you tonight, and I commit to all of your viewers and everyone else that's watching, I want to lay those fears, I want to rest those fears for you right now, because when they talk about whether it be packing the courts or ending the filibuster, I will not vote to do that. I will not vote to pack the courts, I think, and I will not vote to end the filibuster. Brett, this system, the Senate, was so unique body in the world. It was made to work together in a bipartisan way. And
the Senate's a unique body? Again, these are like the things that these like liberty-focused kind of people do. They just like, it's mythology. The Senate's a unique body? What do you think the Senate was based on? When the Senate was written into the Constitution, senators were appointed. Like, what?
Unique body in the world. It was made to work together in a bipartisan way. And once you start breaking down those barriers, then you lose every reason that we are the institution that we are, the most deliberate body. So I want to lay those fears to rest, that won't happen, because I will not be the 50th Democrat voting to end that filibuster or to basically stack the court. And then all the other things you're hearing about, Brett, also is defund the police. I don't know of any of the Democrats in the caucus that are for defunding the police. We're not for that whatsoever. And when they talk about basically Medicare for all, we can't even pay for Medicare for some. Doesn't make any sense at all. We've got to fix the Affordable Care Act we have.
So Joe Manchin's coming out here being against the ACA, which we already knew. We already knew all this. Saying, I'm basically a Republican, which again, we already knew. But here's the thing, and this is what you need to understand. And this is the takeaway. Let me just play the last 5 seconds.
And I think our moderate Republicans will work with us to now repair what needs to be repaired.
Okay, so this is the thing with these goons. This is the thing with these goons. Let me get a good still frame here. There you go. There you go. There you go. Boom. Let me get... What is with John Ossoff's picture here? He looks like he's been like cropped out of a magazine cover. Like, it's really weird. Like, he looks like he's reacting to somebody. Like, the rest are like smiles looking at a camera. John Ossoff looks like someone just popped in behind the camera, like naked or something, and he was caught like by surprise. What is that photo? But anyway, so the thing is with these people is it's all about attention. It was going to be Chris Coons, Joe Manchin, Kirsten Sinema, whoever was the first one to come out, that was who's going to get. They're the maverick. And then they get all the cameras on them, right? They get all the phone calls. They get to go on all the shows. They get to write all these op-eds. They get so many people following and interacting with them. They get articles written about them. That's what it is for these people. It's all a narcissism thing. It's all like a vanity project. It's like, okay, I can put myself in this position and be a maverick, hold up legislation, and get everyone to pay attention to me. That's a win-win. I don't need health care. I'm fine. My family doesn't need health care. They're fine. Because I'm a career politician, and I've made millions and millions of fucking dollars going after poor and working people and convincing them that I'm on their side while voting against them in every single way. And the thing is, this guy calls himself a Democrat. Why? Because the Democratic Party has no quality control. That's why. This guy's not a Democrat. Like, come on, man. Come on. And yet we're in this position where we're thinking, are Democrats going to retain control? Are they going to be able to get... No! It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It's all about attention. And I want to say this. I want to add this as a clip-on. In the House, conversely, you have a similar situation where you could see a progressive squad block. You know, you could see a 15, House member representative block form with the squad, AOC and Jamal Bowman and Cori Bush and all these people, right? Could maybe get some more people in their ranks and they can hold up legislation in the House. So here's something that I propose. If Joe Manchin wants to go on there and say that he'll only pass right-wing legislation through the Senate, well, why not have the squad get some more folks in a slightly bigger caucus and say, guess what? We're not going to pass any right-wing legislation in the House. Right? If one of them's going to do it, why not let the other one do it? We'll see if that happens. I don't know if the squad has the ranks to pull that off without Republicans peeling off, because again, but I don't know if the Republicans would go for that. I don't know if the Republican Party, I have no real analysis of right now, but we'll see. I don't know. But either way, there's always these people that try to position themselves as close to the center as possible. So when things are close, when they're on the verge of a tie, then that's where they get all the news about them. That's where they get all the interviews. That's where they get bigger fundraising numbers. That's where they get more donations. That's where they get all the attention. And that's all they want is attention. Because these are narcissistic little goons. Yo, what is going on in the chat room with Mexico Rifa? Are you okay, dude? Alex Leon, he's a Southern Democrat. West Virginia is not really Southern. West Virginia is a very interesting state. A very interesting state. I was very disappointed in the Senate results of this election. No fault, obviously, to the candidate, but West Virginia is one of those states that I feel like, given what I know about it, which is not much, but given what I know about it, I feel like it could be a very socialist, very worker-focused socialism, like union labor socialism. I think that could be built there. I think that could be built in a lot of states, even like Ohio, Michigan, Wisconsin, like in those kind of Rust Belt states. And I feel like West Virginia is on that verge. But we're not there yet. We're not there yet, and I don't know when we're going to get there. So as long as the Republicans can define reality and successful use of fear tactics, it will be an uphill battle. I agree with that. You're telling me country song Take Me Home West Virginia isn't Southern? No, that's just cringe. It is the musical incarnation of cringe. If you could listen to cringe in its most distilled form, that would be it. We need Kanye to save us. Kanye should, like, this is like, I read an article that Kanye was thinking about running for California's governor's seat. And I mean, first of all, Ronald Reagan. Second of all, Arnold Schwarzenegger, right? Third, Kanye West. Maybe I'm missing someone. I don't know if there's any other actors that ran for California's governorship, but that would be way more fun, I think, than him running for president. Is him trying to take the Ronald Reagan tactic? I'm very interested. Okay, first of all, I want to say this. I know nothing about Kanye's music. I don't think I've ever heard one of his songs all the way through. I might have heard snippets, but I could not identify a single one of his songs. I think for the most part the guy's a dullard, but he is very entertaining. And so my opinion on Kanye right now is my opinion on Trump circa 2016. Very, very entertaining, but if you give this guy power, it could probably turn out pretty badly, but we'll see. You know, like, that's the same kind of thing. So I'd like to see that happen. I'd love to see him lose, like, get like 10% of the vote or even less in like a California governor race. You know, like, that would be fun to watch. It's going to take decades of work to restore labor power and class consciousness that coal barons took from Appalachian states, Ohio, Pennsylvania, West Virginia, Kentucky. I agree. I don't know about decades, though. I don't know. Like, I feel like the climate change thing really is like, we're not fully grasping how this is going to affect society over the next 10 years. You know, I feel like it's very possible that you could see, like, people be on board with socialism when there's a climate catastrophe. I've checked out a few episodes of the Trillbillies podcast before. They seem pretty good. Kanye made MAGA hats and sent the funds to black organizations, I think. Don't quote me. Hey, that sounds good to me. Fundraising off of dollars is great idea. There was this kid, like 19-year-old who like put on a MAGA hat and said, my parents disowned me and won't pay for my college because I'm supporting Trump. Please help me pay for college. And they had a GoFundMe and they raised like $300,000 or some shit. So take it. Now, I think they gave the money back because they have a conscience or something. I say fuck that shit. I say fuck that fucking shit. That's your money now, right? Pay off your college. Feel good about yourself for once. You know, like, that's a fucking huge win. But fundraising off of dollars is a great idea. Absolute great idea. Why do you think there's so many right-wing pundits? Like, why do you think people like Jimmy Dore are going full QAnon conspiracy like level shit in a lot of these instances? Because they start fundraising off of dullards. You look at Tim Pool. Tim Pool started off doing Occupy Wall Street coverage, right? And now he's like a right-wing kind of like Q adjacent dullard. And that's just because of the money. That's where the money is. It's why you see all these people just be reactionary goons. Like, this is something that I said. There was a time in like September where I was making like $50 every time I made a Joe Biden video, just because like so many dullards would come in to laugh at Joe Biden. And I made so much money. I made like probably like $500 over the course of like September and October. And that was awesome. And I could have made a lot more Joe Biden videos, and maybe I should have. But I don't know. I wasn't really into that, so I decided, yeah, make, you know, one every couple days whenever it's something really egregious. But I could have milked that, and I chose not to. But like my point in saying that is, one, I am above it all, and you need to supplement my income by giving me super chats. And two, that a lot of people would take that easy route. And a lot of people did take that easy route. And that's something you need to understand. Whenever you get people, even myself, you know, like I've only got like, how many viewers? I've got like 30 viewers. Whenever you get people that have any sort of attention onto them, like, it's really hard for you to know what their true intentions are. And my whole thing is I try to be as honest as possible. Like, I try to be as honest as possible. But who knows? It could be 5 years from now. I, like, blow up for, like, some specific video. And I'm like, dude, I want some more money. I could sell out. I don't think maybe. right? Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. My thing is, I've already had experience with selling out. I've already sold out before, and then I bought back in. So for those of you that don't know much of my history, I used to be a gamer live streamer, and I made a hell of a lot of money doing a hell of a lot of very questionable things. So I sold out before, and then I bought back in. So I'm bringing it back. So who knows? We'll see. We'll see. But I've got experience selling out. And let me just tell you, I can understand why people do it, because the money is good. The money is really good. But at the end of the day, money doesn't fix everything. So what are you going to do? Michael Tracy, that's another one. Top damage wizard. Michael Tracy is fucking... Oh my god. Jesus. Will I buy into your OnlyFans? Do you have an OnlyFans? I'm not a huge OnlyFans person. I don't like paying for pornography. I don't masturbate enough to pay for pornography, to be honest. Though if I did have money, I would give to OnlyFans just because, like, they need that shit. You know what I'm saying? They need that shit. So if I ever had money, that would be a way I would redistribute wealth, but I don't have that kind of money, unfortunately. Hello, Jonathan Hernandez. Greetings from Venezuela. What's up, y'all? How you doing? Yeah, the United States sold out the people by ending the lockdown after -1 day. Reminder, we never even really had a lockdown. Like a lot of people talk about, yeah, when we were in quarantine, first of all, when you were in quarantine, first of all, you were never in quarantine, okay? Second of all, if you were in quarantine, that shouldn't have ended. So if you use quarantine in the past tense, it's like, what the fuck are you doing? Third of all, do you know what words mean? Fourth of all, fuck you. And then sixth of all, give me money on Patreon. Dude, Mexico Rifa, I'm dangerously close to just like blocking you from the chat. I don't mind if you have that opinion. I think it's ridiculous. I think it's dumb. But could you like just stop spamming? You know, like that's kind of the thing. Like if you want to just be kind of a dullard and then talk about everything else, that's fine with me. But you kind of like you're reaching spam territory, and it's a little not good. Do I have money for buying video games? Anything that, like, I have an entertainment budget, you know, like, and that does not include video games. I would prefer to buy marijuana than video games. And so that's kind of where I'm at now. So my entertainment budget is just going to that. In Michigan, our governor tried her hardest to keep us closed, but right-wing chuds eventually sued her to open. Yeah, I know. It's ridiculous. This whole scenario is just ridiculous. Whoa. There's a big-ass fly that just flew in my face. Did that appear on camera? Holy shit, dude. That thing is huge. That is a big-ass fly. I thought that was a bee for a second, but it's not a bee. Jeez. What are the pros and cons of weed? The pros are it makes you feel good. If you have an anxiety disorder or depression, makes you feel good. Something to do. You know, as basic as that. You know, like drinking coffee, something to do. Drinking a soda, something to do. That kind of stuff. But really, I just like using it. Makes me feel good. The cons, short-term memory loss, temporary short-term memory loss. Those are the cons. Also dependency issues, but I don't know. Like my thing is if you've got depression, you know, Fritz, I recommend mixing in more CBD if that's a thing. CBD really alleviates. What I do, well, obviously I do 100% legal combustibles. But hypothetically, if I were to say in a hypothetical universe that I don't live in, but that someone like me could live in a multiverse, right? if I were, say, hypothetically to use potentially not all legal combustibles, I would maybe mix it like 50-50. That way you get that balancing act, or 66-33 or whatever the fuck. That way you get that balancing act of being able to not freak out. I know sometimes when I'm high, I get a little freaked out maybe at night. But typically I don't. I'm a daily smoker though, because I'm a freak. What are you gonna do? I already looked into that universe, Andrea. She's nowhere near as hot as you. Well, we'll see about that. We'll see about that. Anyway, enough about weed. I've got this fun little clip here. That's just really funny. So, speaking of, we've got someone from Venezuela in the chat room. Here's the Venezuelan embassy in Bolivia after the Bolivian election. Just casually taken down another coup leader. Just throwing that on the floor. Fuck it, right? Fuck it. Really good stuff. And so here's a little write-up I found. Video of Foreign Minister of Venezuela, George Arezia. I'm so sorry. I don't know how to pronounce names. I'm so white. Visiting the Venezuelan embassy in Bolivia and taking down the portrait of failed right-wing coup plotter and self-declared. I love that. Self-declared. I love failed right-wing coup plotter and self-declared Venezuelan President Juan Guaido to replace it with Simon Bolivar. After the U.S.-backed military coup in Bolivia, the right-wing coup regime that took power broke off diplomatic relationships with the official government of Venezuela in favor of backing Juan Guaido. The invitation of the new left-wing Bolivian government to Venezuelan government officials like Arezia to attend in the swearing-in ceremony of Bolivia's new president, Luis Arce, signals a restoration of diplomatic relations between the two countries and a defeat for the right-wing coup plotters and U.S. interventionism in Latin America. I love it. I love how they just throw it on the floor, too. It's just great. Toss it on there. Yeah. Little bit of good stuff there. Reminder, both parties in the United States were doing photo ops. Reminder, it was during the last State of the Union in like January this year. Where Juan Guaido came to the House and Nancy Pelosi was doing a press conference with him. And then, or was it Nancy Pelosi or was it, I forget, maybe it was like another, I think it was a Republican, but someone was like bringing up socialism and how AOC is a socialist, and Juan Guaido was like, AOC would be considered a far right winger in our country, what she's advocating for is normal. And it's like, dude, you're the right wing coup plotter. You're not supposed to say that. And then that's like the last time I saw Juan Guaido in American media. When he was like, yeah, AOC's not that much of a socialist. She's kind of normal. Her policies seem pretty good to me. I was like, okay, all right. But that was the end of that. That was the end of that strategy. But pretty funny. Pretty funny stuff. Good stuff. Fuck Juan Guaido and also fuck Maduro. None of them care about us. I don't know enough about Venezuelan politics to weigh in on that. But it's totally possible that Maduro is not good. I've seen a lot of information that says that he's not good. I've seen a lot of information that says that he's decent. I've never really seen any evidence of him being like overwhelmingly positive. But he seems like a situation where it's like Biden versus Trump. You know? You don't like either of them, but one of them is a hell of a lot better than the other. So that's kind of my position on that situation. I would just by default support anyone over United States backed like regime overthrower. You know, like it's just my personal policy. Do I accept people in the stream? You can explain Venezuelan politics like on stream. If you want, maybe like tomorrow, if you want to set that up. If you want to like add, do you have Discord or email? I'm going to post Andrea@speed.dog is my email. And then Andrea, capital A, #0462 is my Discord. Hit me up on one of those and maybe we can talk tomorrow or something. Because that would be cool. That would be fine. I would like to do that. Nancy Pelosi is a huge Guaidó supporter. I love that. There are pictures of her with Guaidó. Yeah, I know. Yeah, like again, like in January, they were doing these big press conferences. It was embarrassing and it was strange. It was really weird stuff. Really, really, really weird stuff. So, yeah. So this is a little fun video here of a march in Chicago. And again, like a lot of people, for whatever reason, think that Biden is a good guy. Not true. Not true at all. Let's see what the people of Chicago have to say.
They don't give a fuck about you. Fuck Trump. Fuck Biden too. They don't give a fuck about you. Fuck Biden too. They don't give a fuck about you. Fuck Trump. Fuck Biden too. They don't give a fuck about you. Fuck Trump.
I'm liking this.
Fuck Biden too. They don't give a fuck about you. Fuck Biden too.
But yeah, there you go. So that should definitely be ringing throughout that should be echoing throughout the atmosphere of Washington D.C. in my opinion. Now singing like songs in front of the White House, you know, that's great. That's all well and good, but we need to get our shit into gear. The people need to send the message now that Biden's elected. It's over. It's done. We need to send the message that we do not like him. We need to do it now. We need to make it clear. And we need to make it very, 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 very well understood that a significant percentage of the people that voted for Biden do not like Biden. Look at Georgia, right? Biden only won Georgia because of the young black youth voter turnout, right? That's the only thing that pushed him over the edge. Right? Right? Look at Pennsylvania and their like voter increases with young people. Like in Philadelphia, for example. Right? Look at Michigan with young people. Right? Like the only reason Biden won was because of the left. There is no other reason. Centrism failed. Look at down ballot. Look at all the House races that centrist Democrats lost. Look at the Senate. Look at all the races that centrist Democrats lost in easy swing districts. What the fuck happened in Maine, for example? How the fuck did Susan Collins win re-election in Maine? It's because the centrist Democrats are fucking garbage. How did $15 minimum wage pass in Florida and Joe Biden lose? It's because centrist Democrats are fucking garbage. The only reason Joe Biden eked out a win and made this election anything other than a disaster was because of the left. People like me, Bernie Sanders supporters that were like, you know what? Fuck it. I'll vote for Joe Biden just so that we can get Trump out of office and just so that I can yell at Joe Biden instead. But guess what, motherfucker? The election is over. Okay? Joe, we don't need to, but in 4 years, what if Trump runs again? No, we'll deal with that in 3.5 years from now or 2.5 years from now, whenever that shit starts up, okay? But centrist Democrats have fucked around, and it's about goddamn time that they fucking find out. So, but yeah, so I agree with these chants, and this needs to be echoing throughout the city streets of, hopefully, every city in America. But yeah, centrist Democrats have failed. They have failed. They have failed. The only thing holding us back from outright fascism right now are failures. They were put there to be failures. They are there to fail. That's what the Democrats in charge are there for, to fail. Nancy Pelosi, she's only there because she can raise money. This is like takes place in like the iron law of institution, where it's like they're good at raising money for their party, Yeah, sure, their party has no power whatsoever and is barely functional, but hey, she's the top of the party. Her stepping down would make the party stronger, but she would rather not step down because she cares about her power within the party over the power of the party itself. And that's a problem with narcissism. AOC should be Speaker of the House. She's the most popular politician in the country. She should be fucking Speaker of the House, as far as I'm concerned. I don't give a shit that she was only elected to Congress 2 years ago. She should be fucking Speaker. Instead of Nancy fucking Pelosi. Who does Nancy Pelosi speak for? And don't get me started on Chuck Schumer. These people are failures. They were put there to fail, and that's why they're there. I don't think it's because they want to fail, but the people, the donors that put them in those positions, they're investing in them because they know that these guys, they're not that good. They're going to do what we want to do at the end of the day. And as far as gaining power, I mean, we win if Republicans win. We win if Democrats win, as far as I'm concerned. But yeah, the leadership of the Democratic Party is an absolute disaster. Absolute disaster. So that includes Biden. The election is over, so we don't need to play nice anymore. Not that we needed to the whole time, but, you know, the argument of lesser evils, the argument of Biden is better than Trump, gone? Gone? Biden is better than Trump, but it no longer matters if Biden is better than Trump. Doesn't matter. The election's over. Ultralight J, streaming any games today? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. You're so smart. Andrea? Heart eye kitty emoji. Heart. Fire. Explosion. It's really hot. Really sexy. What is that, a clown tent? Is that like a circus tent? What is that? What is that emoji? That's a weird emoji. Is there like a lion in there and like a circle on fire? What's going on? Yeah. Clown tent ending. Oh my god. You're a clown. Well, the election is over, Bodan. That's what I'm saying. The election is over. Every time Biden does something awful, I'll be on top of it. When Biden starts appointing cabinet members, if Biden appoints like Rahm Emanuel to something, right? It's all out war as far as I'm concerned. Play Scooby-Doo of Night of Nye. No T there. Nye of 100 Frights. I'm afraid Nye of 100 Frights does not exist. Well, Trump is attempting a coup, so there's a difference between Trump as Biden. Sorry, just got... Yeah, Trump is attempting. Keyword attempting. He's not going to win that. I have 0% faith in that from happening. 3 states haven't been called. They don't need to be called. Even if they all went for Trump, it's already over. Doesn't matter. But yeah, so that's pretty much the show for today. And, yeah. The end is nigh! Centrist libs have from second one blamed leftists and Bernie for costing them states free. It's ridiculous. Yeah, they're ridiculous creatures. They're absolutely ludicrous creatures. Absolutely. But yeah, so I want to end with a nice little segment with a little Flashback Friday episode. So yesterday was apparently Carl Sagan's birthday, and I didn't know that yesterday morning, but I found out. And I dug up a clip of Carl answering on television whether or not he was a socialist. And I want to play this clip because this is an interview from probably the 90s. And I like Carl Sagan. He's one of my inspirational figures in my teenage years. So I just wanted to play this because I like this guy. So this is what he has to say.
Well, are you a socialist?
when asked if he is a socialist. Now, again, this is like when the Cold War is a big deal. So, again, like, keep in mind the history here.
Well, are you a socialist?
I'm not sure what a socialist is,
Well,
but I believe that the government has a responsibility to care for the people. I'm not talking about dole. I'm talking about making people self-reliant, people able to take care of themselves. There are countries which are perfectly able to do that. The United States is an extremely rich country. It's perfectly able to do that. It chooses not to. It chooses to have homeless people. We are 19th in the world in infant mortality. 18 other countries.
Now, I'm not going to do the work of looking up what we are right now. If someone in the chat wants to do that, feel free. But, man, that sounds like pretty good compared to where we are now.
Infant mortality. 18 other countries save the lives of their babies better than we. How come? They just spend more money on it. They care about their babies more than we care about ours. I think it's a disgrace. And this country has vast wealth. You just look at what something like Star Wars. The money spent on Star Wars, already spent $20 billion on it. If these guys are permitted to go ahead, they will spend $1 trillion on Star Wars.
Now, for reference, Star Wars he's referring to is the government program done under Ronald Reagan. Don't know that many specifics, but he's not talking about the movie. For reference.
Think of what that money could be used for to educate, to help, to bring people up to a sense of self-confidence, to improve not just the happiness of people in America, but their economic standing, to improve the competitiveness of the United States compared to other countries. We are using money for the wrong stuff.
So that's a great clip. Highly recommend you watch Cosmos. I believe it was the 1970s TV program that Carl Sagan did. That's one of my favorite things. I watched that shit so many times as a kid. Love Carl. Good stuff. Good stuff. And is he a socialist? This is like one of the things that I love about this clip is that it's evergreen, right? And it's in the strategic approach there. He doesn't answer the question. Is he a socialist? He doesn't answer. He just throws out like basic things that all humans should be in favor of, like infant mortality. Like, where are these anti-abortion, pro-life people, right, that support right-wing economic policies that result in, oh yeah, you can't abort that baby if your life is in danger. You have to bring it to term so that it kills both of you. What? Right? So, like, the ability for him to explain that kind of stuff without ever answering the question of whether or not he's a socialist, especially at this point in time, because this is like near like the height of the Cold War, right? So I don't know. I just think that that's very, very eloquent way of speaking, and a huge fan of Carl Sagan. And I think, if I remember correctly, from a Twitter post, he would have been 86 years old as of yesterday if he did not die of I think he had brain cancer. According to a few different sources, we are 184th in infant mortality. I can't believe that. 184th? There's no way it went from 18 to 184. Let me look the fuck that up. I'm going to put in the work. There's no way we're 184. I see 33. I see 33. I looked it up and I see 33. Hold up. Okay, 37. The most up-to-date number I see is 37. So over the course of like the last 30 or 40 years, we have gone from 18th to 37th. Right? We're spending money on the wrong stuff. Brilliantly said. Absolutely brilliantly said. But yeah, that's pretty much all I got for today. Hopefully y'all enjoyed the program. Again, I will be posting this on Anchor right afterward. Schnibs, I might do call-in soon. I'm just lazy. I'm going to do a format change very soon. So, maybe by the end of the week. Hey, Jeffrey. But yeah, I might do call-in soon. Maybe by the end of the week I'll set that up. If I do set that up, it probably won't be very long. It'll probably be via Discord. So yeah, so we'll see. We'll see. I might do that. I might do like a bonus 30 minutes at the end or something like that. Maybe. We'll see. But until then, until I figure that out, until I stop being lazy, thank you all. Looks like I'm just in time to miss the show. That's absolutely correct. You're correct. It's over? It's over. It's done. You have to get out of here. You have to be gone. Get out. Get out. Go! Get the fuck out.
Exists. Well, you have to understand, the first time I ever heard of Black Lives Matter, they were chanting, pigs in a blanket, talking about police. Pigs, talking about our police. Pigs in a blanket, fry them like bacon. Well, you have pigs, talking about our police. Pigs in a blanket, fry them. Pigs, talking about our police. Pig. Well, you have to understand, the first... Only the really, I hate to say this, but those with the lowest IQ, only the really, I hate to say this, but those with the lowest IQ. And he's like this, and we will, I need water, help me, I need water, help me, I need water. This is on live television. As far as my relationships with all people, I think I have great relationships with all people. I am the least racist person in this room. I am the least racist person in this room. I am the least racist person in this room. I am the least racist person in this room. I am the least racist person in this room. Isn't it wonderful to allow protest? No.
Was not a loser, who was a patriot, and the people left behind there were heroes. And I resent like hell.
Are you talking
I'm talking about my son, Bo Biden. You're talking about me.
I don't know, Bo. I know Hunter.
Yeah,
Hunter got thrown out of the military. He was thrown out, dishonorably discharged.
That's not true. It wasn't dishonorably.
Cocaine use, and he didn't have a job until you became vice president.
There's an old saying in Tennessee, I know it's in Texas, probably in Tennessee, that says, fool me once, shame on you. If fool me, we can't get fooled again.